Hiya, and welcome back to After Class. The game that teaches us uh, that Walter does not know textbook definitions. And also that there's tension with Mark. I saw the chat, and it is very true. Anyways, let's just hop right in. So, talk with me. What's got you feeling blue? As you tried to put words to his question, you faltered. At first you were going to say Anders and Mark, but then the memory of the rest of your week came unbidden. It seemed you couldn't separate the week you had from them, or vice versa. It is. It just keeps getting... There's just so much tea with Mark. Like, bro. But why? The exact nature of your uncomfortable feelings weren't clear at all, you found. That itself irked you, but on the bright side, you realized you didn't have to be too specific in the first place. Well, I feel like it's not one thing in particular. I see. That's a reason to feel upset by itself. Mind if I take a guess as to what it might be? Not to analyze you or anything, but maybe it could help you put words to what you're feeling. I'm not a counselor or anything, but I do care about you, and I want to help. The look on his face was sincere. You considered his words carefully. I suppose that's okay. I'm glad. Let me know if you think I'm off base. Again, this is just a guess. From what you said, is Mark manipulative? Is Anders just as stupid as Walter in dating? Or are they just not compatible? I think it might be a combination of all three. I genuinely think it might be a combination of all three because, like, let's face it, Mark has his own issues, and those might be taking priority, and he might be coercing Anders into helping him with his issues. Anders is shy and I feel like doesn't really understand social situations, and I don't think they're very compatible with each other. From what you said, maybe a lot of little things have commu have commun have cumulated have accumulated for you. Oh my god, that was a very difficult word. It happens to plenty of people. If we're not careful to de-stress properly, even things we'd normally dismiss as nuisances could ruin our mood. As Coach Gill gave us this guess, something about it made your heart hurt. It felt so close to home. I think that might be it. But what exactly? I see. He reached out and patted you on the shoulder. There's not much to do but try and relax, for that in particular. Not to say that's all you're dealing with, but I think you should keep that in mind. Yeah, I suppose. But I didn't even notice. Not really. How did this happen? You had to admit, Coach Gill seemed to touch on something significant to you. It felt deeply uncomfortable. Thanks, Coach. I think that'll help me out. If so, then I'm glad. Haha, great. I mean, it is good, in a way, but this means something really is wrong. I feel weird. I'm gonna lie down. Alright, stay hydrated, Walter. Will do. You too. Always. I'm a coach after all. You left your shared room with Anders, keeping the water bottle Coach Gill handed you close to your chest. A poor substitute for a proper comfort item, but it was better than nothing. Especially when the comfort item you wanted was unavailable. I don't know what religion he follows, but I hope it allows for two male friends comforting each other. Platonically. Of course. Is something wrong, Walter? Oh, nothing in particular. Well, no, it is something. But it's not because of you. I don't want you to think that. I see. Do you want to talk about it? Not yet. I don't quite understand how I feel. Can relate. Ready for bed? I think so. A sense of unease came over you on saying that, making your hands unsteady as you packed your things. Normally you would have pushed through it, but it felt stronger than what you felt all through Saturday. More insistent, urgent, trying to tell you something was wrong. If I've been ignoring stressful things and letting them get to me, then I should address this up front. At least I think so. You looked at Anders with this in mind, and the urgency became clear. Just one thing before I do. This is going to sound awful, but I think we should just be friends, for now. I'm not saying I don't want to pursue something with you, but we're both really confused. I don't think trying to work up to romance is a good idea. We should just take things as they come, or we'll end up hurting ourselves. Yeah. That's more or less what I was trying to say earlier. Hmm? I see. Okay, glad you understand. Yeah. As he said that, you noticed how defeated he sounded. What a messy situation. But I want to do this right. If I push myself on him with how things are, knowing what I know now, it'll ruin everything. Even though it makes both of us feel like shit, we have to do this. We'll have to do more stuff together for sure then, to make up for last week. Only if you can. If I have enough time to plan it out, it'll be fine. Just gotta organize it. Maybe it'll help me work through this workaholic issue I have too. Oh, that sounds promising. Worth a try anyway, no promises. Yeah, just do what you can, friend. I hate this. It's wholesome, but I hate it. Same to you. You could have dropped the friend part at the end. It's unnecessary. He was definitely talking to himself, but you could hear him perfectly. Maybe he was right. You didn't have to include the friend part. Whew, glad that's sorted. Or as sorted as it can be. Yeah. I wonder if Tor can hang out with us too sometime. Tora, huh? If he's in Highwell, sure. That would be great. Yeah. Something on your mind? Nothing. Just tired. Stifling a yawn, you tried not to flop onto the futon. You failed. I'll get some sleep now, I think. All 2 hours of it or whatever. Sounds good. I'll get a head start on some schematics, if you don't mind pencil sounds while you sleep. It won't bother me, so go ahead. Oh, my dog left. Rather, what bothered you was how uncomfortable you were feeling in general. The talk with Anders didn't make it better. If anything, it made it worse. The talk with Coach Gill had with you definitely seemed to have triggered something. Everything else is bothering me anyway, so whatever noises he makes won't make a difference. Good night, Walter. Good night. See you shortly. Day 8. After class. Finally. Here's the man in the flesh. Ew, why do you say it like that, Dad? It took you a while to get ready, son. We're almost late for the flight. Oh, come on, Dad. It's not like I took that much time. Dad is right, brother. We're almost late. Ugh, fine. You guys can just leave without me. Ho-ho, as fierce as ever. We all now know who you resemble. Stop that. I'm just teasing you, son. The images on your head start to spin, and whatever happened in there started to annoy you. Yet, there was nothing you could do about it. Twist, twist, twist. Twist and twist more. Writhe for all you're worth. So hot. Can't breathe. Images had long left your mind's eye. All that was left was darkness trying to smother you. Gotta get out. Walter, can you hear me now? Anders, hello. Hello. I'm okay. You sure? I had to pull the blanket off so you didn't strangle yourself on accident. Yeah, I'm fine. If not before, then I am now. I think. Bad dream? Gah! Light! Oh, maybe I should have left it off. My bad. You're fine, and, dunno. I just know I felt miserable. That doesn't sound good. What time is it? It's early enough to make you feel cranky waking up. Was that a jab at you for being so irritable lately? Was he picking a fight with you? Gah, no. Let's not go thinking things like that first thing in the morning. That's the last thing I need. Don't think the others are up yet. Although, I think I heard shuffling around, so maybe I'm wrong. Okay. The cricket song sang sickly as you regained yourself. Memories of last night and the days before came to you, with their more unpleasant moments highlighted for your emotional inconvenience. I feel gross. Maybe a shower will help? Not that kind of gross. I need to take one anyway, though, so maybe it can help. There it was. For as relatively expressive as Anders had become this weekend, his trademark unreadability returned. How nostalgic. Hopefully. Well, I don't feel as groggy anymore, so that's something. Walter, I'm worried. Huh? I don't want to bring it up if you're tired of it or anything, but last week was a lot, even from what little of your week I saw. And you had that bad dream just now. You haven't really caught a break lately, I think. Well, I am tired of it, actually. But no worries, I'll deal. Somehow. How about you, though? It hasn't been easy for you, either. I think I'm in the same boat. That's why I asked. Fair enough. I appreciate it, Anders. I'm gonna go get some tea. I don't want to drink lukewarm water right now. Want me to go with you? It's just tea. Unless you want some yourself, of course. I'm not saying don't come. Yeah, never mind. I'll be back in a bit. Yep. I'm pretty sure this hotel would have nighttime service. I feel a little bad bothering them, but I really need something to calm down. Oh, hey, Walter. Oh! From behind the kitchen door, you heard a groggy Tora call out to you. You must have gotten very little sleep, like yourself. You sound rough. Are you okay? Yeah, just sleepy. Want some tea? I just brewed some. Oh, I'd love some, thank you. I feel bad, though. It's so late. It's no trouble. I'm happy to help out friends. And it is my job here. That's so nice of you. I really appreciate it. Here you go. You can go join Mark over there. Mark? Sure enough, there he was, sipping tea and looking off in the distance. I get the feeling he doesn't want to be disturbed. Are you coming over here or not? Finding no recourse, he went to sit down across Mark. I get that I'm devilishly handsome, but staring at me instantly gets points taken off for you. I don't know, I thought maybe you would want some space. From me. Considering what happened. Fair. Also, it's the opposite, actually. You know, you can be a little bit low-key, but whatever. I need to talk to you. Those words held a weight that were too weary to bear. I need to talk to you felt more like a threat than an opportunity for bonding after what happened. Do we have to do this? I'm just as enthusiastic about it as you are, believe me. But yeah, we do. Okay, let's talk then. Here's the thing. Well, two things. Did I say anything weird last night? Thinking back on that moment took you longer than you would have liked. With everything said that last night, you were still categorizing and contemplating it all. Once you retrieved the memory, you realized how sensitive the information was. Even if Anders wasn't in earshot, it was still perhaps something that wasn't meant to be repeated. But Mark needed peace of mind as well. Which would you prioritize? Which one? Do we want to tell Mark about the Mark noises he made last night, or no? Yeah. It was mostly nonsense, but you did say something weird about Anders. I had a feeling that was the case. Yeah. What was it? You told me he feels like an imposter sometimes, that I needed to be there for him. Oh. If that's all, I can live with that. It is true, but don't worry too much about that. You didn't tell him I said that, did you? No, we talked about something else. Something not relevant? Yeah. At least I really hope so. Alright then, thanks for telling me. You're welcome. You could see that Mark was somewhat relaxed. Maybe this talk made him feel better. Seeing that he was at ease, it somehow affected you. I think I feel better, actually. As for the other thing, that whole Walter will be a better person thing, I need to walk that back a bit. Oh, hey Anders. Huh? Oh, hello again. Morning. Yeah, well, you should probably hear this too, so take a seat. Thank you. What do you mean, exactly? Well, the timing of that conversation was absolute shit. I don't want to get into it, but something really upsetting happened to me recently. It's affecting me more than I realized. Oh no, is that why he flipped out? And seeing you and Anders get closer together, knowing we used to be close, felt really weird on top of that. Usually, I just poker face through that kind of deal, but Sunday really put it all in my face. So when you came up to me and told me you were feeling guilty and stuff, I was already kind of dying inside. The point is, I ended up letting you think things I shouldn't have. Not to distract from this, but I still feel bad for getting in your business yesterday. You're fine. You tried to help. That's what counts. And I'm glad you didn't try, Walter. Not sarcastic. It was prudent of you. Thank Coach Gill for that. Ha. Charming. Anyway, you started acting different, and some of it was shitty. That's not up for debate. But I didn't consider your feelings. I didn't know what's going on with you, and I still don't. It was slight, but you did notice him looking to the side as he said that. He cricked his neck and sipped some of his tea. I don't think you necessarily need to try to be a better person. Maybe you're struggling. I don't fucking know. Whatever's going on, just remember not to take yourself too seriously. It's hard to get by as it is. Don't beat yourself up over mistakes. Huh? Mark stopped for a bit and let his last statement sink in. It did ring true to you in a way. Hey, yo, what are you doing? What are you doing? For many of the moments that irked you over the past week, you felt, in retrospect, it would have gone better if you were more relaxed. But at the same time, him telling me that now, after everything, is irritating. I was ready to improve myself and make things better, and now I'm more confused than ever. He could have just left it alone and let me figure that out on my own, at my own pace. I get that he's making up for putting me on blast before, but... Walter? I'm fine, just thinking. For as much as I don't want to, for as much as you can't. I see. Fair enough. It takes a lot of inner strength to face stuff like this. Most people do just let it fester from what I've seen. You're doing great, Walter. You too, Mark. Mark shrugged instead of saying something grateful. Typical. I'm so glad Anders is here. He's making this so much easier to deal with. Thanks, you guys. I appreciate it. How about you, Anders? You have enough inner strength to bring the walls down and actually talk about yourself? Thought so. That's about it. Last of this, I feel gross and we need to talk about it stuff. I hope. At least, I hope I can tease you without feeling anxious about you flipping out. I'll settle for that. I am glad you said that. Yeah, I feel seen. Or at least, less unseen, if that makes sense. Good, good. I can't help you with the rest of your damage, but I think you'll be fine. Now stop staring at me like a weirdo and finish your tea. Huh? Yeah, it's getting cold. Anyways. Poor Tora got up so early to brew that too. Shame on you, Walter. No, that's not what I... Alright, I should have expected as much. Exactly. You saw Mark coolly sip his tea while you took long gulps of yours. It actually worked out just fine. The tea cooled down nicely while you waited. Tora, not Big Kitty like Lars. Big Kitty is Big Kitty. Tora is Tora. Plus, it wouldn't have worked if I called him that. I had to inflict guilt. Gah, so sinister. I just had a bad weekend too, and you're picking on me. You thought you would get a reaction out of him, but instead, he poured more tea into his cup and started sipping it. Good try. I know what you were trying to do, but I'll let it slide. Damn, he's good. Isn't that nice? Yes, Mark is a very nice lion. Please, we all know about that. Circumstances allowing. Anyway, I have a way to make it up to you too, so don't worry. I'm not just unburdening myself for my own sake. Oh, now I'm excited. What is it? Secret. Oh no. Oh yes. Careful, Walter. His secrets are wild. Wild secrets for a wild cat. Alright. The two of you are hereby banned from teasing me at the same time. The three of you chatted for a while as you drank your tea. I'll go check to see if my things are packed. I think I lost something, though. Hiya! Oh no! No worries, I'll handle it if it's gone. Organized Anders losing his things? Now I've seen everything. Haha, but yeah, be right back. Can you two go wake up the others? They're probably up by now, but sure, whatever. Then it's the easiest job in the world for you two. I like the sound of that. Just get your stuff already. Sure enough, just as Anders left for the room you were sharing, look who it was, coming right out of their room. Morning, Walter. Mark. Good morning. You're awfully chipper, especially you, Mr. Stone, after last night. I do apologize for that. A teacher should set a better example. Yes, look to a better teacher's example. Like me. No one buys that, Gilbert. Definitely not. Nope. 3 on 1. That's too much. And when will you stop saying that name? When you grow up and act like a proper adult. You watched Coach Gill made a show out of slumping to the floor. What a ham. So cruel. Youth is to be cherished. And how does this count as... Ugh. Never mind. Gil. Will you please let Torin know we'd like a ride back to the bus station? I'm sure he was planning on doing that anyway, but since you asked so nicely, with my proper name, I'll go check. Much obliged. Gilbert's antics woke me up. I heard... Hang on. I gotta do it correctly, like, from a distance. Let me just... I heard that! Then you're going too slow. Yay! Everyone's up. I'd flip shit if Tora didn't drive us back, not gonna lie. I'd hope he'd do that, with how far away the bus stop is. Same, actually. Maybe not what Mark said, but definitely upset. You do know that's a figure of speech, right? Why would I actually do that? I do, no worries. It was just quite the visual. Just checking. I'm positive Tora will do that. I just wanted that buffoon out of the room for a while. Morning, Walter, Mark, Parker. Good morning. Morning, Big Kitty. And good morning to you, Lars. I'll go to the dining room and get something to drink. I'll see you guys when we check out. Alrighty. Have fun lapping up your milk. Lars is going to kill Mark one of these days. Just absolutely murder him. I'm getting water. Then you should have said so. Lars, without making any comment, grunted and left the room stomping on the floor. He was clearly annoyed with Mark's antics more than Gil's. What's wrong with milk? Nothing. It's delicious. But I just got done with a very stressful conversation, so I'm letting off some steam. I should have gotten you out of the room too. Too late. Anyway, Mr. Stone, I have something to tell you. Oh, what is it? Come with me. Okay. So docile, jeez. Anyway, here I am, alone again. Normally, such a thing wouldn't faze you, but again, the events of the past week were taking their toll. Even with what Mark said, I still feel gross, like something's wrong with me. All set. Oh, yay! So you found the thing? No, but I have a plan, no worries. Oof, okay. How are you holding up? Still alive. Fair. You? About the same. Welp. A silence came between you two, right on schedule. But at least it came with a feeling of camaraderie this time. It also seemed Anders decided not to pry about what Mark said to you. What a kind gesture. Or maybe he already knew. He and Mark do talk a lot, it seems. I wish there were more I could do to help you. Same to you. Guess we gotta just keep at it. Yeah, I'm gonna get some fresh air. I'll meet up with you and the others later. Okays. Seems like we're all good to go. Mr. Parker, something wrong? You look nervous. Not at all. I'm just quizzical about how today is going to go. I mean, I hope my students aren't too testy in class. Ugh. I'll see you two outside. What was that about? Your guess is as good as mine. You all packed? Oh, God. I never want to see that Mr. Parker face again. Like, that Mr. Parker face. I don't think I ever want to see that again. Yep. Then let's go. Oh, you're all packed? I wouldn't say let's go if I wasn't ready. Now, come on. Yeah. But seriously, what was that? I have a bad feeling. That's the last thing I need right now. Alright, last check. Is everyone ready to leave? Before we do, Tora, I have a request. Oh, okay. Hopefully it won't take too long. I can't keep my old man waiting. It'll just take a second. You watched Anders take Tora back to... Yeah, also, Haya. You watched Anders take Tora back toward the inn for a moment. Is this what he meant by having a plan? It wasn't clear. I'm curious, but it's rude to eavesdrop, but I have to know. But it's a private conversation. What do I do? Which one? I'm gonna confuse the dog. Confuse the dog that's just laying down. Just confusing. Okay, let me just save real quick. Because if this goes wrong, we're just going to, like, not worry about it. Yes, I do agree. Let's be evil. Let's always be evil. Let's always be evil. We always gotta be evil. But, like, let's save real quick. Let's just save. Since the others had to wait anyway, you decided to creep closer to the inn and try to listen in. We can see you doing that, you know. Oh, hush. You really are the eavesdropping type, Walter. Maybe I should have a word with you. What part of oh, hush didn't you understand? You balked. Mark just criticized you and yet was right there with you, listening in. He made a face to you as if to say, if you're doing it, I might as well too. This is truly appalling behavior, said Mr. Parker as he took a spot next to the two of you. Absolutely, said Coach Gill as he did the same. I can't believe this. You all should be ashamed. Lars was the only one with integrity, staying right where he was. Not that it mattered right now. So it's like that. Okay. Yeah. Hope that's of no trouble. So only there was a quick pause before Tor said the next line. One missing item then? Okay, I'll keep an eye out. I appreciate that. Thank you. Not at all. I'm actually really happy. I'm glad. Interesting. Huh? Can you hear what they're saying? Maybe. I want to know! I want to know too! Shame on both of you. Eavesdropping is rude. You're doing it too! I'm a rude boy. Come on. They're coming back. Shh! Both Tor and Anders eyed you all as they came back. Uh-oh. Did they find out? But then Anders came back to your side silently. Tor now avoided your gaze. Oh no, I think that Noel's listening in. Any last issues? Doesn't seem like it. Awesome. Let's get going then. The car ride to the bus stop was nice but largely unremarkable. Everyone sang to the songs on the radio. Tor tapped the wheel for drum beats with his free hand. Gil was louder than the others. Mark snuck in some vibrato in weird places. It's like fun pressing the control button. Mr. Parker got some lyrics wrong and got a laugh out of the others. Lars added harmony to the others' voices. And there you were, with a lot on your mind but nowhere to unburden it. They sang their hearts out while you felt more like screaming. Well, that was exaggerating, but even so. I'm almost jealous. But you weren't immune to the healing power of music. Deciding to give yourself a break, you joined in the others partway through the ride. You didn't have time to appreciate the scenery of the bus stop before dawn, or to say a decent goodbye to Tora, for that matter. He left saying his old man needed him. It was sad to see him go, but time marches on. And it wasn't goodbye forever, at least hopefully not. In the meantime, where am I going to sit? Next to Anders? I don't know, would that be too awkward? Even after what we decided, I feel like me hanging around him too much would make him uncomfortable. Sit next to Anders, Walter. Huh? Mark had come up beside you and whispered to you. You were glad Anders was already too far away to hear. Am I that readable? That's just scary. I don't know what exactly you're thinking, but he won't mind. At least not too much. Okay. You don't want to sit together then? You and I will hang out plenty today. You and him? Not so much. Catch you later. Okay. Wait, what did he mean? You turned around, but Mark had already made himself comfortable, with earbuds. I guess I'll find out later, and I guess I'm doing what I wanted to do from the start, for that matter. I just hope Mark is right. Seats are warm. I'm glad for that. I guess he is. Ooh, nice. You didn't actually care too much with how you were feeling, but it was better than getting a cold seat for sure. I'm getting used to these long pauses. There's something soothing about them. But I also feel like I need to talk to him. Ha, stress. Which one? I'm actually hurt. Just... Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Hey, Anders. Sup? Sup? Mark mentioned to me that you and I won't get to hang out much today. Yeah, I have a morning shift at Publix, and I won't be at school today. That sucks. Wait, not at school either? Yeah, I don't have any Monday classes. That's just how it worked out. I was only there last Monday because I had to speak with some teachers. Oh, that sucks. I mean, that's fine. It just sucks we can't hang out much. Yeah, and, well, you know how busy I am on any day. Yeah. I suppose it's for the best I don't hover around him too much, but that's such a bummer, too. This is really the only time I'll get with him today. I should enjoy it while it lasts. You scooched a bit closer to him and watched him sketch for the rest of the ride. He didn't seem to mind you doing so. Or rather, you did so until you fell asleep. Walter, time to go. You stirred upon Anders prodding you a few times. It faintly occurred to you how big his hands were. Okay. How does he keep going on no sleep like it's nothing? I'm jealous. Same. Gah! Finally off that nightmare bus! And on to another one. You couldn't let me have one moment of relief? My poor ass! I can feel it flattening out from bus seats. Can you be at least a little less crude around our students? Alas! My poor buttocks! Your suffering is not yet at an end! Is that better? Never mind. The seats were not that bad. I had to deal with motion sickness, and I came out feeling just fine otherwise. Quit being a baby, Gil. That is a very disturbing sight. That is a very disturbing sight. He looks like he's going to murder someone. That is very creepy. Let's just go back a bit. Quit being baby, Gil. I'm baby. Careful. Gah! Stupid curb. That's what you get for stomping off without looking where you're going. Pretty much. So that's me, Big Kitty, Anders, and Gil heading back, yeah? Oh, Lars too? Yeah. I thought he lived nearby. Is he having another sleepover? We love you, Walter. We love you. He's slowly planning to murder someone. Like, you're just going to, like, see on the news. Today on channel insert number here news, our own coach, our university's own coach, Gilbert Leonard, has committed first, second, and third degree murder. All the murders. All in one person. Because he's athletic. You're just going to see that on the news. The conversation from Wednesday returned to you, but it didn't quite click yet. I'll ask him later, if he's around. Actually, Walter, do you mind if I change at your place? I brought my uniform with me, just in case the bus ran late. Oh, not at all. Thanks. It's a lot closer than where I live, so I'll save some time. You're opening today, right? You should have the key then. It'd be even faster to change in the store. Wait, that's true. It would be faster. Then why? A blush was starting to creep onto your cheeks. Your fur hid it, but the effect on you could not be ignored. Oh. I don't know what you're talking about, Walter. Shall we go? Wow, okay. You got worried and looked over to Mark, realizing he got rebuked. But he had a smirk on his face. I won't mention to your manager that apparently don't know how time management works. Haha, you're funny. I suppose we're going together then. Yeah, I suppose so. I won't get to see him after this, so I'll make the most out of it. Let's get to it then. It's just a uniform change. It's not that exciting. Oh, hush, little kitten. Now you're testing my patience. I'll take my chances. Bus is here. Peh! I will remember this. Mark will remember that. See you all later. My ass deserves better than this. What am I going to do with you two? See you later. Anders, Mr. Parker, and you started walking home. For all the times you had gone back to your home, this time felt the most surreal. After you and Anders decided to just be friends, you thought he would start to become distant to preserve his well-being. But the opposite was happening. Whatever the reason, you were happy to see him by your side. I feel like I need a weekend after that weekend. Is that just me? Same here. I literally thought that last night. It feels fun, but yeah, it was rough too. He wasn't even there for most of what was rough about it, but I guess that goes to show how awkward it was. Oh no! Feeling even more grateful that it was all over, you continued on. Thanks for walking me home, Mr. Parker. You didn't have to. It's no trouble. I do live close by and I felt like doing it. I do need to get going, however. See you in class, Walter. See you there. Take care, Mr. Stone. Hope you're ready for what the day has in store. Goodbye! That was weird. Definitely. He was acting odd back at the end, too. Huh. Seems like something's up. I hope you're wrong. Well, if it becomes a problem, best to deal with it then and not before. There's too much else to do, meanwhile. Yeah, that makes sense. As the two of you started to head into your house, you saw someone come out of your house. Oh, Uncle Ross. Good to see you again. Uncle? Been a while since I heard you call me that. Woo! Is it? I don't remember. That's alright. Maybe you will soon enough. I hope so. Anders, this is Mr. Ross, the landlord. Hello, sir. Anders Dixon. I met Walter last week. He's a good friend. Character updated. Friend? Wait, Dixon? Something about that sounds familiar. And hello to you. Walter told me about you. Seems like you know your manners. Yes, sir. I'm just here to change to my work uniform. I won't be staying long. Alright then. Hope you're not dipping out just because I'm here. I'm not here to scare his friends away. I do need to talk with Walter, though, for a moment. Feel free to head in. Will do. Okay, first things first. Is your phone dead or something? I tried calling you and messaging you about the power surge this weekend, but nothing. Oh. You pulled out your phone to check it. It couldn't turn on. I see. That explains that. Well, it's like I just said. I came here to see if anything got fried. Thankfully, it's all in working order. Your food didn't spoil or anything either. That's a relief. I'm sorry I couldn't answer the phone. I got distracted with my friends and forgot to charge it. No harm done. That aside, there's one other thing I need you to know about living in this house. Hope I'm not in trouble. Nah, nothing like that. If anything, I am. I forgot to check if you know how to work the intercom. Didn't set it up properly either. Well, letting my phone die made it so my mom couldn't call me if she needed to talk to me. You weren't sure why you felt the need to commiserate with him, but doing so did help you stay calm. Tell you what, don't tell your mom I didn't tell you about the intercom, and I won't tell her your phone died. Deal. You felt more of a bond with your new partner in crime. What you said earlier led to a more pressing realization. I might have missed a call from my mom. Oh no, I don't want to make her worry. So much for staying calm. Okay, how does it work? Come with me. We'll get it set up. The landlord's explanation didn't take long at all, thankfully. You were worried you would have to learn some complicated set of instructions, but the technology gods smiled upon you today. Ooh, that's simple. And cool. Yep, as far as using it goes, it's just pressing buttons. Awesome! This will come in handy. Thank you so much, Mr. Ross. You're welcome, kiddo. Now I should get going. Have a good day at school and all that. You too. You have a good day too. Walter, you actually did the thing. That awkward you too thing. In front of Mr. Ross too. Will do. The landlord left, leaving you standing in the living room by yourself. I'm just going to pull up the sensor, cause, fucking Coach Gill. Oh, thank God. He's wearing pants. Thank God. Celeo Tales of a Newton traumatized me. Or it didn't. I don't know. But fucking Diego. But not for long. I borrowed your shower too. Hope that's okay. I didn't get fur in the drain or anything. That's just fine. Do bulls even shed? They do! In some cases. That's a relief. Well, Anders seemed to hesitate. I should probably get going. Aw, already? He seemed gung-ho to come here earlier. Maybe still a bit emotionally confused. I hope Mr. Ross didn't intimidate him. Well, I do have about half an hour. Cool. A bit late to mention it maybe, but you have a nice bathroom. It's cozy. It is! I'm pleased with it. I can already tell this conversation will sizzle out. I'll try for a preemptive strike. Is it weird to put on shirts with horns? Why, Walter? Why? I guess for people without them, the way I put on my shirts might be weird, but I'm more used to it by now. I see. Or maybe you meant shirts with horns on them. That I wouldn't know. Pff, me neither. That would look really weird, though. Definitely. This will fizzle out, too. although it shouldn't have happened at all. Oh, the project. Do you want to talk about that while we're here? Ah, sure. Oh no, I thought maybe having him do something productive would make him happy. Maybe he just wanted to chat? Too late now! Cool! The two of you hashed out more details about the project while you charged your phone, such as how long you wanted it to be and how to avoid stage fright. I need to leave in a few minutes. Aw, okay. Yeah, shame I can't stay longer. Sorry I took up your time with project stuff. You're fine. That saved both of us some time, so it's a good call. That's good, that's good. I feel like it would be such a bummer to end this conversation here. There has to be something we can talk about while we still have time. I only came up with a couple of ideas while we talked. One of them is invasive, and the other feels like something I should have asked much sooner. So now it's a bit lame to ask, but it's better to try than to not. Which one? Hi, and welcome back to After Class, the game that teaches us that Walter likes to waste Anders' time. Welcome to Walter Noise Simulator. I'm just curious, why did you start making art? Ah, right. I started as a calf and I wanted to make pretty things to show people. That's about it. Another thing he isn't ready to talk about. Man, what a complicated bull. But then again, it's a pretty innocent topic. He didn't have to get sketchy about it. Maybe he's trying to work up to telling me after all. Only time would tell. Oh, okay. That's cool though. Making pretty things for people is a really nice idea. Thanks. Anyway, I should get going now. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out, Anders. Thanks for having me over. See you around. Woo, hungry. I should make some breakfast. A feeling of discontent came over you now that you were alone again. After all, I feel like today is going to be a long day. I need the fuel. Actually, no, never mind. I'll just eat at the school. You went off to school to go get yourself some breakfast. All these missed messages. Whew. Thankfully, they were from Ross rather than your mom, and you already sorted that out. There was one exception. Have a good day at school. Heh, I hope so. You decided to reply. Thanks, have a good day at work. Thanks. He did a smiley? I didn't think he was the type. Wow. The more I learn about him, the less I understand. It feels like... still, a smiley! But that didn't mean all was well. At least, not necessarily. I feel like something really bad is going to happen. I'm even more stressed than ever. I don't want to think about what might happen if this keeps going. Well, maybe that itself was the problem. Not thinking about what's troubling over time becomes troublesome. That isn't to say stress is good, but sometimes it's necessary. Hopefully breakfast will calm me down. With how early you arrived, very few people were there at the campus. Suits me just fine. I'm here for food, not conversation. The sight of the cafeteria in the morning was peculiar to you. There were more people here, but it felt so much more peaceful and relaxed than lunchtime. But you weren't in the mood to appreciate it. I am here on a food mission, and I will accomplish it. What should I get, though? The morning buffet featured a fine array of foods. Chicken, fish, eggs, pork, beef, porridge, pancakes, waffles, vegetable medleys, 5 different kinds of fruit juice, of course rice, cereal, and others you weren't sure what they were. Thinking about the vegetables in particular had you torn. You were proud that you were trying new things, but you also weren't feeling like doing so again today. Am I fickle? The attendant by the food eyed you a bit nervously. Now you felt self-conscious. Do I stick with the trend or not? Whatever, I'll get what I want. After getting your food, you sat down at the closest seat available from where you were standing, one that didn't have the morning sun shining in your face. Your plate didn't have much on it. Initially, you planned to load up the plate, but then you realized you weren't hungry enough for that. Funny thing about stress, it affected your appetite. Still tastes good. Eating your breakfast was a quiet and quietly unhappy affair. Having finished, you decided to head back outside for a while. Whoa, you're here early for once. Just don't take yourself too seriously, Walter, like he said. Relax. Just try. Oh, hey, Mark. But I was here early on Thursday. Oh, right, the whole stretching with Anders scene. It was so tame I forgot about it. Tame? Tame. No arguments, no awkward moments, no chance brushing of your fingers against his. That made it boring, so it was forgettable. My life isn't here for your entertainment, to be fair. True, but you could put a bit more effort into it all the same. What? Suddenly, Mark put his arms behind his head and leaned back and forth on his heels. Ah, this is more like it. I want to see that kind of face from you more often. Jeez. Why are you here so early, though? Too lazy to make breakfast. Fair. The breakfast here is pretty good, yeah? For sure. Did you get some leafy greens like your bowl? He's not my... You checked to see if anyone was listening. It seemed that no one cared. And why would they? It's not like that. After all the work I did too? Disappointing. No, it's just yanking your chain, Walter. I know, Anders. He's an investment, not an impulse item. I don't think he's for sale one way or another. Points to you. Now come on, let's get good seats for Mr. Parker's class. Oh, not this again. But in spite of yourself, you found yourself smiling. Seems you had found how to get along with him better. Good for you. Mark took you to a couple of seats near the back. It wasn't clear why, but he seemed to be taking extra care to find a seat you liked. I just hope today's class is nice and simple. This whole course is simple, really. Not for me! That's okay, I have a plan. Huh? You'll see. Okay. The two of you chatted as more people filed in over time. Eventually, your fate was upon you. Good morning, everyone. I know you're all anxious to review for tomorrow's test, so let's get right to it. You looked right at Mark. He was smiling. He knew. Test? Yes, Walter. If anyone else forgot, now's the time to prepare, so pay attention. You're ready to pounce on your so-called friend as Mr. Parker started review. What are you smiling about? Pay attention, Walter. And I told you, I have a plan. Don't worry. I wish Anders was here to put him in his place. Looking over at Mr. Parker made it sink in just how little attention you had paid to your studies. He's right. I need to pay attention now. Meanwhile, Mark looked ready to take a nap, but that was the least of your concerns. Your notebook and pencil were out in a flash. That's all the time we have. Make sure you come to class tomorrow prepared, everyone. No need to sigh so dramatically. Do you really think I'm going to let you down after everything I said? A burst of clarity came to you. Mark was going to do something great for you, wasn't he? You're going to help me study then? Duh. Took you long enough. Mark, you're the best. Took you long enough to realize that too. Jeez. Whoa, okay, no hugging. Sorry. When it's just so messy though. I was too nervous. Is studying really going to be enough? Well, failing that, we can always assassinate Mr. Stone here. Can't exactly hold class if the teacher's dead. Haha, you wouldn't really do that, right? This is some anime bullshit. He shrugged. Right? We won't do that, Mr. Parker. Of course not. Jeez, calm down. And again, that's a rich thought coming from me. I do apologize, Walter. I promised Mark I'd let him surprise you with this, so I couldn't tell you myself. So that's why you were acting so weird around me. I see. You're in good hands. For all his faults, Mark is an excellent student. Did you have to add that first part? So rude. Please spare me. Good grief. Anyway, Walter, do you have any other classes today? Oh, funny you mention that. I checked my schedule on the way here and found him taking a social sciences class later. Nice. We're in the same class then. That makes things convenient. Are we going to study in the social sciences class? Nope. It means I won't lose track of you while waiting until we can go to the library later. Well, I could have texted you, I suppose, but there was still the potential for schedule conflicts and all that stuff. I see. The library, huh? Neat. I didn't know we even have one. Of course. A very good one, too. Which one? Maybe you should come with us. Tour, enjoy it together. You can say help me study, there's no shame in it. But as Mark said so, he stared daggers at Mr. Parker. I'm afraid I can't. Moreover, I shouldn't. It's good that Mark is helping you, Walter, but ultimately you should be handling his coursework by yourself. It's important to a university student to be able to independently learn, so don't lean on him too much. True. I tried. Probably should have left it alone. I just made myself look dumb for no reason. But that's for later anyway. Let's get some lunch. Sure. I'm not too hungry, though. It was as if a spell had broken. The stress I was accumulating within you made itself known again. Well, you can keep me company while I eat. That works. Don't get too excited about hanging out with me now. Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just distracted. Let's have lunch, Mark. Mm-hmm. The tension in your body was not dissipating on its own. You were well aware of that now. Some things were helping, but you weren't sure if you could count on more little things to save you. I get that you're moody right now, but mind saving us some seats? People are coming in. Sure. Thank you. I'll get what I'm getting, in case you decide you want to eat. Thank you. You found a couple of seats. They were fine. You didn't quite care. So what if there were loud people next to you, or that the sun was in your face? Seats were seats. Whatever Mark thought about the seats, he decided not to mention it. Here you go. A pretty good burger they got here. Smells good. Tastes good, too. Hint, hint. Walter, what's wrong? I'm getting tired seeing you like this. I don't know. I just feel awful. I think I'm confused. Burgers aren't confusing if that helps. Go on, get some protein. You looked at it. For a moment, you thought of what Anders might have thought of you for eating it. Anders wouldn't care if that's what you're thinking. Yeah, I know. But you did forget. I should just eat. Yes. You took a bite. Oh, damn, this is good. Told you. You were right. It didn't help your mood, but having a full belly did make it easier to listen to Mark spill tea about some bitchy students until it was time to go. We can't sit together. That's okay. Well, I would have tried to be nice, but no can do, Walter. I prefer to sit in the back and fall asleep without getting caught. I figured. Alright then, see you after class. Yeah. You didn't want to think about which seat you wanted too much, so you picked the closest one to you. A panda man was to your left, and he seemed to be eyeing you. You didn't like that. Is something wrong? No. Then don't look at me like that. Sure. Don't mind Gordon. I think he thinks that you look like someone Coach Gill talked about. We're on the basketball team. You want to borrow Walter? Why do you need to borrow Walter? The hyena man who sat next to him looked nervous. Name's Brom. Nice to meet you. Walter. Nice to meet you. Every buff man eyes Walter. I'm not in a good mood today, so don't mind me. Nodding. Okay. Just do what you're saying instead of saying it. Ugh. Teacher's here. We'll talk later. Well, later. Alright. You paid as much attention to the lecture as you could, but you found your thoughts drifting to Anders and how last week ended on such a weird note. Ugh, that was so boring. I think my soul left my body. I've seen worse. You decided to let them keep talking among themselves as you got up. See ya, and sorry for being rude. You'd better be sorry you would piss everyone off. You wanted to start something, but considering both Gordon and Brom looked like they could fuck you up quite easily, you decided not to do anything and accept your defeat. But Gordon didn't seem like the type to take someone's shit lightly, especially that you just flipped at him like that. Which was fair, all he did was look at you. He walked off and practically slammed the door when he left the room. Brom had his jaw hanging and quickly apologized to you before catching up to him. In fact, what Gordon said actually snapped you back to reality, at least for now. You were particularly tense as you started to act unlike yourself. You gave yourself a quick slap on both of your cheeks. That was quite the show. Both of you looked like how the other felt. Let's go. Yeah. Standing in the hallway, with Mark looking the way he was, forced you to assess your state of well-being yet again. I feel like I want to rip a wall down. Just something to get all this stress out of my body. I hate it. I think Mark's not doing much better. Possibly, but he looked unbothered as he was. Maybe it was just you after all. Hey, Walter. Yeah? You ever get a random bad feeling? I don't mean like stress, just a bad feeling. It's the fucking-ing. It is the fucking-ing. The fucking is in action. It's the fucking. Hiya. It's the fucking. The fucking is in action. Some shit's about to go down. Because that's the fucking. You considered what he said carefully. If it were stomachache, Mark wouldn't have said something so dour. Walter will be the one killing someone if this keeps up. It had to be something emotional. Like fear. You mean like something bad is going to happen? Like something bad already did happen and you just don't know it yet. Can't say I have, no. I see. Why do you ask? Just wondering. I'm going to take care of something before we go study. That fine with you? Yeah, sure. I don't have any other plans. Take all the time you need. Thanks. Meet me here if you wander off. Will do. At least I'm by myself. Again. Okay, I think we're just going to, like, finish Anders' route as much as there is tonight. We're just going to try and finish day 8 tonight, because if that's the end of it, then we can start Lars, and we all love Lars. I need to use the bathroom. Maybe I can pee out how uncomfortable I feel. The bathroom seemed to only have one other person in it, from the pair of shoes that you saw in a stall. Good. I don't want to talk to anyone in the bathroom. But you made the mistake of inhaling. The bathroom was just cleaned, and the smell of detergent tickled your nostrils. You heard a flush. Achoo! What the fuck? Huh? You made sure to cover your mouth. You weren't nasty, but apparently that wasn't enough to appease. Oh no, you're in a pickle now. You really just sneezed near me? I can't fucking believe this. You know I'm on the basketball team? What if I get sick? What will I tell Coach Gill if it's serious? Now I have to deal with your nasty germs. Fucking thanks. But in spite of his state of disgust and your sneezing self, he got closer to you. Don't think I don't recognize you either. Hanging out with those losers and talking shit about me when you thought I was out of earshot? I didn't forget that. Going on a trip with Coach Gill, one I wasn't invited to even though I busted my ass for his team? I didn't forget that. No, I remember you very well. And I'm about to make sure you remember me in the worst way. Which one? On a scale of 1 to 10, my friends were fucked. We're going to have we are going to die. This is where we die. Let us, if you pray, join me in prayer. Lord God, please spare me from Talbot. So intimidate him. Now let's trick him. Bamboozle. Oh jeez. Let's just do this the lazy way. Cause I don't feel like actually doing shit, so it's intimidate. Dip the fuck out. Or get bamboozled, bitch. Just, we're dead. God is wit. Get fucked. Pep. Enough was enough. You were dealing with so much nonsense that having him thrown in your face was laughable. This clown threatening you? Please, if you wanted to make himself such a nuisance, then you didn't have to feel sorry for him. You didn't have to care about his feelings. Not at all. In fact, this was perfect. How kind of him to volunteer his stupid ass for your amusement. You were going to take out your frustration on him. You could feel it. There was no turning back. Oh, I'll remember you. Make no mistake about that. I'll remember your face under my shoe if you keep this up. You knew he would be tempted to call your bluff, so you called his instead before you got the chance. You stepped forward, fangs bared. He started to back away. You felt powerful. Actually, why stop there? Maybe I'll have you shine my shoes from now on. Maybe I'll drag you out whenever I need someone to clean up my shed fur. Something was shifting within you quickly. The tone you took warped, your jaw now wider and showing your pearly fangs even more. Talbot was backed up against a wall. His jaw opened wide and shut, but no words came out. He was too afraid to speak. But a clown like you is probably too useless for even that. Maybe I'll just use you as a punching bag. I'll have my chef friends make sushi out of your tail. You're part lizard or whatever. It'll grow back, yeah? Well, it doesn't matter if it won't. It's not like they like you anyway. Oh, is that too suspenseful? Can't handle the weight? Too bad. I don't eat where people shit. Talbot's survival instinct seemed to kick in, making a mad rush at you. But it was pitifully easy to counter. A swift knee to the stomach. Ugh. My first impression of you was that you are worthless, and I'm glad to see I was right. I can put you in your place right now and make things so much easier for everyone. The shift was complete. You were no longer making yourself fearful. You were fearful. Every ounce of frustration, confusion, indignation, helplessness, guilt-born fatigue, and something you couldn't quite define, it all was ready to burst out. You had lost control. Claws were pointed at his neck, ready to rip him apart at the same time as you were about to bite down his skull. What the hell? Huh? What happened? You were dealing with so much nonsense lately that you weren't going to deal with anymore. Talbot's threats were nothing but an annoyance to you at this moment. All of the frustration you kept inside was flooding, and you had to let it out or you would explode. It was just a question of how. Bruh. Let's just keep this going. Which one? We already intimidated him. This Walter is scary. Hi, doggy. Let's bamboozle him. Remember you? Wait, what's going on? You mocking me, dipshit? No, I honestly don't remember you. I know Coach Gill, you mentioned him twice. It was too easy. You normally carried on with a smokescreen of cluelessness, so all you had to do was take it off while letting him think it was still there. You can't be serious. Is your brain rotting? So mean, sheesh. Let me think. Oh wait, I met two of your teammates today. Gordon and Braum, I think. They didn't talk about much, though. I just remember they said someone named Talon was a simp. They what? This moron, all he had to do was call your bluff, but you were acting so sincerely that he didn't question any of it. Yeah, I thought it was weird at the time, but I guess I misheard them. Oops. There's no one on the team called Talon, probably. I should have asked them to repeat it. Yeah, there isn't. But then what was it? I'm really bad with names. Wait, you yelled just earlier. There's no Talon on the team, so there's no reason for you to get upset on his behalf. What's your name? I'm going to fucking kill them. Whoa, let's not get crazy. What's wrong? It's almost like you're... Well, that can't be. After all, a simp for Gil wouldn't go do something stupid like bully someone Gil cares about. It'd be all too easy to tell him what happened and make it so he'd be too disgusted to even look at the guy. So yeah, it can't be that. I wonder what they meant. You turned around to see a timid fellow student. He didn't seem to want any trouble, so why did he speak up at all? But more importantly, he saw you trash-talking. Uh-oh. It wasn't entirely unexpected. This was a public bathroom, and such a terrible place to have an argument, if you wanted privacy. In hindsight, you were surprised someone hadn't come in sooner. It was just a shame you didn't realize for just how long you were glaring at him. Sorry, don't mind me. Seriously, forget I'm here. Talbot, you're on the basketball team. Don't you have practice or whatever? Get out of here already. Huh, you weren't expecting that to work. Maybe you ought to nerved him enough that he didn't have any way of getting back at you. Time to do what I actually came here to do. The idea of finding Mark to go study didn't sit well with you. You were too riled up. And the words you said started to come back to you. Things you never would have said back home. Ever. Even to Talbot, that was... Your heart lurched, and the shame welling up within you couldn't be swallowed back down. It was only your built-up bitterness that kept you from giving in to your guilt and fear and bursting into tears. Walter, what's wrong? Nothing. You cringed from the obviously out-of-character tone you had. Of course, Mr. Parker immediately grew concerned. That doesn't sound like nothing. Care to tell me what happened? Teachers like me are here to help, you know. Right. Your cuddly friend, Mr. Parker, was a teacher. More importantly, he was an authority figure. No, sir. Peh. Sir? It's okay if you don't want to tell me, but I think you should come with me. Okay, Mr. Stone. My office is a bit too far away considering... Here, this classroom isn't being used. Okay. Here we go. Nice and private. Well, private enough. Am I in trouble, Mr. Stone? That's what I want to ask you. I haven't ever seen you like this, and I get the feeling this Sunday was quite difficult for you. As well as Mark and Anders. As your teacher... No, not even that. As your friend. I know something's wrong. I'd really rather you didn't pry, Mr. Stone. I promise I'm not trying to, but I can't just leave this be either. Let me put it this way. Do you plan to call me Mr. Stone from now on? Are we not friends anymore? No, it's not like that. I see. That's good. You seem very tense, Walter. Would you say you're under a great deal of stress? Peh. A simple yes will do. Yes. Thank you for telling me. One final question. Oh, jeez, just get this over with already. Do you want a hug? Huh? Stress makes all of us into gremlins. It's not something to brush off, far from it. If you're highly stressed out, then that's something that needs to be addressed, not bottled up. Are you going to be okay, Walter? He had knocked you sideways, so to speak. You thought he was going to interrogate, or at least lecture you, but he was trying to comfort you instead. Feeling lost for words, you took him up on his offer. He's warm. Your face felt warm, too. And wet. Good, good. Crying is healthy. I'm glad you're not afraid to do it. And to repeat myself, no, you don't have to tell me about it. Whatever happened, I just want to help you feel better. Thank you. You pulled away from him after a while. I need to meet up with Mark. Studying. Ah, right. Well, I won't keep him waiting for you. Appreciated. Don't be afraid to come talk to me if you need to. I'm no counselor or anything, but I'm always on your side. Okays. The thought of having Mr. Parker in your corner was comforting. Maybe now you could start to relax. Even though I want to beat the tar out of something still. Wait, we have a gym. There's probably punching bags. Ah, hey. Hey. What's got you ruffled, Talbot? I'll get Big Kitty to mess him up. Hell, I'll do it myself. Thanks, but I took care of it. You shouldn't talk with him at all. That dude is bad news all around, I'm telling you. Then it's good that I made sure he won't mess with me again. What do you mean? Apparently all you have to do is call him out on his nonsense and he crumples. Or it's not that simple. If you pissed him off, he'll want to settle the score. Sounds like you handled yourself well, but seriously, just don't engage with him more than necessary. I'll keep that in mind. He probably will come back to get revenge. With how I'm feeling right now, let him. Let's go, yeah? Yep. The sight of the library's old-fashioned opulence knocked the thought of Talbot aside for a while. Oh wow, this place is fancier than I thought it would be. Nice backhanded compliment. I mean it! It's really nice, but it also feels a little bit out of place. I'm guessing that's because this particular library was kept as if it was 50 years ago. Oh, really? Wow, you know everything, it seems. Mark walked over to a plaque that said the same exact thing he did, and pointed at it. Oh, well, let's make this quick. I have to get home to greet a guest. Oh, I see. Yeah, I'll try not to take up too much of your time. With that, you and Mark sat down to go over the course material that would be covered on the test. At first, you were embarrassed with how little you proved to know, but it turned out Mark expected as such. Patiently, he explained the concepts to you in ways you could understand, until you felt prepared for tomorrow. Thanks again, Mark. You really saved me. I told you I'd make up for what happened, and I meant it. But you continue to shower me with praise. You're the best! Finally someone notices. Shame I can't walk you home. Today with you was feeling good, too. Ah. The roiling feelings you had didn't go away. You merely put a lid on them for a while. But soon was the time to let them out. I'm actually not leaving yet, so no worries. How come? I'm gonna get some stress relief, that's all. See you tomorrow. Okay. See ya. Talbot is on the basketball team, so he might be there if the timing is bad. Yeah, fuck him. If he's there, I'll just avoid him until I can get to a punching bag. Ah, Walter, what brings you here? I didn't choose you to the team, but they're still outside doing practice. I just came in to swap out balls. No problem. That's perfect, actually. Oh? Come to see me, then? Oh, Walter, I've been waiting so long. Can I borrow a punching bag? Oh. Sure, I always keep a couple set up, but you didn't have any interest in those in high school. You okay? No. But don't worry about it. That's what the punching bag is for. Don't want to talk about it, then? No, thank you. Alright. Talbot was acting weird, too. Hope that's not related. We'll head back in here after a while, so you have until then. Make sure you stretch first. Make sure you use the boxing gloves, too. It'll be much easier on your fists. Okay, thanks! Okay. You spied the punching bag you wanted to pummel, with a pair of red boxing gloves nearby. Slipping them on felt good, like battle armor. Dutifully, you stretch your arms like Coach Gill said, nice and slowly, doing it properly. In that same spirit, you took your shirt off so it wouldn't get sweaty. You didn't want to regret doing this later anyway. No, you wanted aggression. No consequences, no guilt, just beating the beads out of some fabric. Last week was so irritating. Mark's teasing was benign, but you had a difficult time understanding that. I didn't know how to deal with being teased. How was I supposed to respond? Coach Gill's teasing was nothing new, but it definitely contributed to your stress. And he talked to me about how stress can accumulate too. He means well, but if anything, that makes it more frustrating. And maybe I like his teasing. Just a little. But that doesn't matter. Andrews was wonderful, but he was also irritating. I just want to help him, but I keep hitting walls. I don't want to hurt him either, so... Ugh! The neighborhood you lived in felt familiar, but also not. You weren't sure how to feel about it. I kept getting awful headaches too, and I'm still sleep deprived on top of that. The same one for your other friends, now that you thought about it. They felt familiar. Except Anders. It shouldn't matter, but it's confusing for me. I'm tired of feeling torn between them. Not to mention, socializing in general was difficult for you. You had very little experience. I feel like I'm constantly guessing how to interact with them all. It's tiresome. The trespasser, that's obvious, but... Am I allowed to hit the spacebar now? Helpless. Confused. Left unable to explain it all to even yourself. Shouldn't get too carried away. Not again, you mean? Yeah. Your shower was quick with how much you didn't want to run into Talbot now. I feel lighter. I don't think seeing him is what I need right now. At least there's soap provided here. And at least Coach Gill isn't here to ogle me. It was someone else who'd rather ogle you, but he wasn't around. Even if he was. I'll just bring that up. Fuck. Wrong thing. This. I can't think of him like that. Not anymore. Just being with him is enough. It has to be. Otherwise, I think what happened today might happen again. You decided to fire off a text to Coach Gill to let him know you had already left. Hope he isn't too worried about me. I did come off a bit, spiky. Going home now. Thanks for letting me use the punching bag. I feel a lot better now. And sorry if I worried you. Glad to hear it, but next time, try not to wreck the bag. And your knuckles. Oh, I guess you got back shortly after I left. And oh no, I really did do that. I'm sorry I got carried away. I barely even noticed I did that. It was easy to clean up, no worries. If you're feeling better, and that's what counts. I'm glad then. See you later. Feel free to drop by when I'm alone. Or maybe not. Worth a try. I think I'll let it end there. Woo! After putting away your phone, you set off for home. For the past few days, going home was just a matter of course, but this time, you felt like you could relax for once. All that punching made me hungry. I think I'll grab a snack. I wandered here anyway. The reason you actually wandered there was a momentary lapse in your memory. You thought Anders might be there until you remembered what you learned this morning. Well, at least I won't have to get stressed out again too soon from seeing him. Gotta get a grip on how I feel about him. Woo! No, rather than getting riled up, you were distracted and didn't notice a collision course you had with someone. Yeah, oh no, I'm sorry. I was lost in thought. Ah, no trouble. I was just as lost, thinking about what I'll have to read tonight. think I've seen this wolf before. Yeah, I think I've seen this wolf before. If I'm not mistaken... Oh, right, I'm hitting the wrong button. If I'm not mistaken, it's this man right here. You looked him over. This delectably handsome wolf gentleman was clearly quite well read, adding bonus points to your already favorable appraisal. Which made you feel even worse than usual for bumping into him. It was like Lars all over again, minus the books. I'd rather be lost in the books themselves, but my mind was a bit overeager. I'm just glad I didn't make you drop any of them. They look brand new. They are, but... well, it's a bit funny, actually. Being a second-hand bookstore owner, I was thinking that I should wait for these to come into my register, but I just couldn't stand the wait. Oh, I see. You lied. This man's accent was simply so pleasant that you found yourself going along with what he said thoughtlessly. I can't replicate the accent. Actually, I lied. I don't see at all. What's a second-hand bookstore? I'd love to show you so you can see for yourself, but it's a bit of a walk. And more to the point, I can't remember in which direction said walk would take us for the moment. Suffice to say, people sell me books they don't want anymore. They don't want anymore. And I resell them to people that do. Oh, that's cool. Is it? Nice to hear someone say so at least. I think it is. All those poor books get someone to read them instead of just collecting dust. I remember thinking like that as a pup. Perhaps we're a bit alike. Anyway, now that the opportune time for introductions has passed, let's embarrass ourselves a bit. Blythewood, at your service. I moved here from, well, nowhere you'd have heard of, I feel. Don't pay it any mind. I feel like I butchered that name. I'm Walter. Nice to meet you. Blythe. And you too? And you? Lude? Walter, please. There's enough lewd in this game already without you making it up. Oh goodness, not again. Lid. No need to fuss over it, but I'd rather not have people saying I'm lewd. Yeah, that'd be no good, Lid. There you go, good lad. Actually, how do you pronounce it? How do you pronounce it? Fuck, I can't go back. Nah, mother... Shit! Yeah, let's just, figuring out the actual name.
Self-voicing enabled. Vlad LLWYD at yours.
It doesn't even attempt it.
Self-voicing disabled.
Well, it's quite late. I should be heading back home now. Right, same for me. A bit backwards for farewells after introductions. But that's just the way it is, isn't it? Yeah. Hope to see you around, Walter. You too. Take care. What a nice guy, and that accent is definitely soothing. Feeling a bit recharged from the pleasant conversation, you went home. Once you got home, you noticed a very familiar Catman poking at your intercom, which you now knew how to use. Pog. Hello? Walter? Nyan, anyone there? Oh no, he's probably waiting for me to answer. Big Kitty! Come here, hug! Hi, Lars! I, set the lights to turn on automatically at night earlier today. Don't sneak up on people like that. I nearly jumped out of my fur. Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. Jeez. Did you hear anything? I'm not sure what you mean. Never mind. So, Walter, yes? I don't want to impose on you, but I'm in a really tight spot and need a place to stay for a few days. Oh, sure thing. The thing is, I was about to ask Gil, but... Wait, really? Yeah, I'll have to ask a landlord if you need to stay longer, but that's no trouble at all. Oh, thank you, thank you. Like I said, it's no trouble. This is such a weight off my mind, you have no idea. Actually, I think I do, but I think I figured out what that conversation on Wednesday was about. Oh dear. but I don't want to impose. I'll pull my weight. Just let me know what I need to do. Seriously, don't worry about it. There's no catch here. Not at all? Would you like there to be a catch? Yes, please. I don't want to freeload. Then let's say the catch is you cooking for me. That's a catch I will happily accept. Perfect. Worked out my frustration and got a chef? This day turned right around. Oh, let's head in. It's already late. Yep. I'm not really sure what I want to eat, so I'll leave that to your best judgment. Sounds good. I already have an idea. Cool. I'll be in my bedroom if you need me. Okay. Oh, do you have any herb allergies? Not that I'm aware of, other than stuff all dogs are allergic to. Gotcha. In an overly dramatic gesture, you flopped onto the bed. I finally feel like I can rest properly. Whew. Falling asleep now would be inconvenient, though. Gotta stay awake. Day was wild, or savage even. Extreme, ultimate. Wait, wrong IP. I wonder what Anders would think. Well, why not tell him? You pulled out your phone, you thought about texting him, but maybe calling is less distracting for him. Or perhaps more distracting, but it was worth seeing which was the case. Hello? Hey Anders, it's me. Hey Walter, how's your day? About that, here's the thing. I see. Mark is right. I'm glad you didn't let Talbot push you around, but just don't mess with him. Yeah, I avoided him after that. I won't do it again. Good. You must be exhausted, though. Tell me about it. How about you? How's your day? Nothing exciting. I worked in the morning, I came home, and I worked on projects all day. Eesh. Hope you paced yourself at least. I have that down to an art, no worries. That's good. Oh shit, new subscriber. Well, I'll let you go. See you later. See ya. Anders ended the call. I should see if Lars is done yet. Peeking on Lars showed him to be finishing up the meal he had prepared. You're just in time. Do me a favor and put these dishes on the kitchen table, please. Will do. Oh my god, I just feel so happy seeing him. I just feel so happy seeing Lars. You went to collect the dishes and lay them out on the table in a way that, well, they were laid out. Feeling self-conscious, you adjusted them a few times. No need to fuss over them. They're just there to hold the food. Yeah. Perhaps you were self-conscious in the presence of such an accomplished chef. It would make some sense. Even the way he plated the food he prepared seemed masterful. You're just there to hold the food, indeed. He didn't even see how skilled he is. Woo! This looks amazing, Lars. Smells even better. Ah, well, you're taking me in, so I added some aromatics for a better presentation. I don't know what that means, but I like it. Let's eat. The food tasted even better than it smelled or looked. Lars really was a master. Even the hint of bitterness you tasted added depth to the flavor rather than make you repulsed. Stomach and tongue were thoroughly satisfied when you finished. That was amazing. And you're going to cook for me now? I'm the lucky one here. You're too kind. Anders said that too. Anders, huh? You and him seem pretty close. Not exactly. At least not with what we had to do. Huh, okay. Never mind. Maybe I have a chance then. Nothing. You and Lars cleaned up the dishes quietly. He insisted on doing them, and your attempt to argue was rebuffed. You went to the living room instead. Living room. And as you did so, you realized you hadn't made sleeping arrangements. You called out to him from where you were. It was fun hearing Lars' voice bounce from the kitchen. Oh, Lars, where do you want to sleep? Anywhere is fine. In that case, go ahead and pick out a quilt and mattress for my closet and sleep in my room. That's alright. I think it would be fun. Kind of like a sleepover. Sure, I'll do that. Okay. Now that that's sorted... Whew, I don't know, actually. I haven't called my mom in a while, though. I think I'll do that now. You took out your phone and let the auto dial summon your mom. Well, it wasn't a true summoning, just her voice. Oh, it's Mom. Who is this? It's me. Who is me? Walter. Walter Graham. What's up, dear? You don't usually call me this late. Or at all. Geez, sorry, I'll call you more often. I'm just a little bit... Well, my mind has been all over the place lately. Oh no! What's wrong? I had a very tiresome day, and I wasn't a good boy. Your father will be very sad to hear that. It can't be helped. I need to be honest about it. Well, do tell me about it. Okay, it's like this. And that brings us up to now. Woo, that was a lot to take in, goodness me. Well, I'll admit I'm disappointed. I wasn't expecting you to have such a nasty response to that bully. But more importantly, I'm happy you told me about it, and that you're safe, and that you're feeling better. You won't be doing that again, yes? Not at all, I promise. A promise it is, then. That'll make it easier to tell your father, too. Unless you want me to tell him. Well, he should know, too. I'd feel awful if he didn't. I'll tell him tomorrow. Seems you're growing up, Walter. Making your mom proud. Jeez, embarrassing. It's true. As for the rest of it all, with a week like that, I'm not surprised you became stressed. Your father was against you moving here with reasons like what you told me. I suppose that's fair. I'm not going back, though. I know. We do miss you very much, dear. I miss you guys, too. How about you? How are you doing? Well, I'm concerned for my Walter, of course. But apart from that, things have been good. Herbert has been coming out of his room lately. It's nice to see. Oh, that's great. I want to talk to him, too. You do have his number. While you're calling me more often, call him, too. I do, don't I? I'll do that, then. Your father hasn't cried quite as much about you being gone, so he's doing better, too. That has to be a joke. A parent's tears are no joke, Walter. He misses you dearly. You should definitely call him soon. I will, Mom. Good. Now, a couple more things before I have to go. This Lars that's staying over. Do you trust him? I do. That's good enough for me, then. I'll tell Ross about him. You can take it easy for a while. Thank you so much. Of course. One last thing. This Anders person. He seems very complicated. Are you sure you'll be okay staying friends with him? For as much as you told her, you didn't mention the romantic attachment you had with Anders. But perhaps she picked up on it anyway. I'm not sure, I'll admit. But I know he's worth the effort. I see. Well, let me know if the situation changes, dear. Will do. Thanks for talking with me, Mom. I feel better. Thanks for calling me. I feel better, too. Granted, I have a lot to think about, but still. Sorry. It's okay. Life is like that sometimes. Get some rest tonight, sweetheart. I love you. Love you, too. You ended the call. I haven't talked that much with Mom in a long time. I'm even more worn out now. We need to wait a little longer before bed. It's bad to sleep after reading. Yeah, I guess the phone call wasn't long enough. Not quite. Maybe you can show me how your intercom works. Sure, it's pretty simple though. That won't take very long. I know that. It'll give me enough time to think of what else to do. Fair enough. You demonstrated how your particular intercom worked to Lars before, ultimately cleaning a bit of the house before bed. After getting settled in, it was clear neither of you would stay awake for long. You felt your eyes drooping before you even laid on your bed. Thanks again for letting me stay. It means a lot. You're welcome. I'm glad you're here. Sleep well. You too. See you tomorrow. The bull observed his phone, fretting over what to say. He had to deal with Talbot, and I wasn't there to help. I wish I had more to offer than just stay away. Something more comforting. It's not a problem anymore, but what do I even say? A hunk of plastic and metal showing him his own half-horn and making him doubt himself. If you were born in an era of war and valor, would he have found more certainty within himself, or was this his true nature? I just wish I knew how to help him. The phone was put away. Whatever text he was hoping to send, he was too caught in overthinking to commit to one. Perhaps it was best to leave well enough alone. Maybe I should just pull away. It was too soon to decide for sure, but there was still a chance that he and Walter could grow closer in a way that was good. But the fear of disaster was formidable. If it comes between me and him, I'll pick him. I'll let his happiness come before mine, so it's okay if I have to be sad. Yes, I've decided. If the time comes when I have to pull away, I'll do so. It's for the best. Let me just... It's time for Big Kitty! Yeah, I wanted to get to Big Kitty. Let me just turn the screen off because Lars. It was a cruel note. Let's go with Lars. Certain grumpy tiger appeared before you, in your mind, of course, standing there as if he was preying on you. As always, he looked rough, strong. and wild, maybe. Even so, you could notice a generous sprinkle of caring energy around him for the short while you've been with him yesterday. He looked almost expressionless, other than looking grumpy and angry, but you couldn't help but wonder what kind of expressions he'd show you in private. Him appearing in your mind wasn't enough. He had to remove his shirt, showing his bare body. It wasn't hard to imagine him without a shirt, but what under his... Let's just skip all that. And we're back. This living room is full of boxes right now, but I'm sure it'll be looking empty after I move these away. Wish I had a roommate or two, but that would be the purpose of living alone, away from my parents. Well, at least I don't have to worry about being too loud, and I can have the TV all to myself. It's not like I watch the TV often anyway, which means my electric bill won't be skyrocketing. You sighed heavily as you plopped on the couch. It didn't take too long before your body started to relax. Let's see what we have here. We could just, skip all this because we've already seen it 1.5 billion times. I think I did whatever I wanted or needed to do. I guess I'll head to the campus now. You grabbed your backpack and headed out of the house. After making sure the door was locked, you turned your back and took a deep breath, ready for a new day. The weather was nice for the moment. It was neither too cold nor too hot. Trying to, pop my ear. I can get used to this weather easily. Let's hope it doesn't change later in the day. Oh, it is. As you walked through the small alley to reach the school faster, you saw Lars on the corner of your eye, but you weren't sure about what he was doing. I wonder what he's doing over there. We're going to leave off here tonight. Big Kitty! I am very excited for Lars's route. I am very excited for it because Big Kitty. I know, it is very late last night. It is very late right now and I need to make a TikTok. I have one in mind, although it might be in bad taste. I'll have to make it on a live. Which isn't going to be tonight. Right? No, not switching Lars's face. Anyways, not much else can be said, so... Stay safe, have a good night. And I will see you all tomorrow.